We're going to practice doing the letter I today.
Miss Sade is teaching her second grade Memorial School students cursive writing, a subject that has been part of every school's curriculum since the nation was founded. This kind of lesson, however, may become a thing of the past. There's a growing national debate about the usefulness of handwriting. Here in the Totowa School District, they still teach handwriting until 4th grade. Some teachers disagree about this requirement. Miss Pranio is an 8th grade writing teacher at Washington Park School. She has been teaching for 30 years and believes handwriting is no longer necessary.
I don't remember the last time I hand wrote a letter. Everything you do now is on the computer, it's typed. Legal documents even accept electronic signatures. So ask testing, you could print, you could write, whatever you do the neatest, they don't demand script. And the core curriculum took script right out of the core curriculum. So a lot of districts aren't teaching it.
Ms. Pranio says her opinion has evolved as technology has advanced.
Next year, the PARC testing for the core curriculum is total computer generated. There's no more handwritten tests. As a writing teacher, as the situation changed and I saw where there wasn't the need for it any longer, even with ask testing, and when it wasn't in the core curriculum, it didn't have to be taught anymore.
Ms. Pranio says cursive writing is, quote, a thing of the past. She says the time will be better spent learning keyboard skills. Meanwhile, in Miss Sade's class in Memorial School, second graders are working hard to perfect the usage of handwriting. Miss Sade says all students should learn how to write cursive writing. On this day, she was teaching her students the uppercase I.
And it's important for students to learn because I feel cursive is really important. It's still something that should be used every day. And I think as the students get older, they'll find that it's more useful, especially if they write their name in a signature. You'd rather write it in cursive than write it in print. It's a lot easier for them. I think cursive gives them a different way of looking at writing. Some kids actually prefer cursive over print, and some kids prefer print over cursive. So I think it's really important for them to learn it. I think it's useful. I mean, I use it a lot in everyday life. I feel that kids should be able to choose, or adults should be able to choose how they should write in the future. I feel some kids write neater in cursive compared to print. I think also when you're an adult, you write your name a lot, and I can't imagine anyone writing their name just in print. I think cursive's just, it gives them a way of being their own person, and they can kind of change it any way they want. And I always tell the kids that athletes do it, and it's really cool. You can have your own kind of autograph. So it's something that I hope stays with us in the future. It takes a long time. We used to actually start in January to teach cursive, but we realized through the years that it takes them a long time to understand the undercurve and overcurves of letters and which ones connect and which ones don't. And also it takes them a long time to understand the flow of connection. So we decided as a second grade we're going to just start in October so we could take our time and not rush through it and get it done before June.
Dr. Vincent N. Varkatapane, the Totowa School District Superintendent of Schools, says he believes that in the future adults will continue to use cursive. The policy hasn't changed and handwriting will be included in the curriculum for the foreseeable future. The district teaches cursive, then print, and lastly typing.
Well, our policy is really embedded in the curriculum, and we're going to continue doing what we've done for many, many years, continue to teach students how to write cursively and how to print before that and how to use a computer and a keyboard, all three packages in one.
Another perspective to consider in the cursive writing debate are the needs of students who require attention from the professional staff. Ms. Torres, an occupational therapist, says that cursive writing helps students who face challenges using their hands.
A lot of children that have disabilities or challenges with using their hands sometimes find cursive, because of its fluidity and its pattern, a little bit easier to use than print. Print has a lot of starts and stops, and they have to pick their hand up away from the paper. So by staying in contact with the paper, it kind of lends to that automaticity, stroke formation, and fluidity of movement for them. With cursive, I feel as though it's a skill that if a student learns to become proficient in it, it can actually aid them. The reason being is because cursive is very fluid, and with timed tasks or standardized tests, if a student uses cursive, they can actually write faster. And if they're automatic in the production of the letter formation, it'll actually allow them to use mental resources towards the content of what they're writing as opposed to the form.
According to Ms. Torres, students spend a significant part of their school day writing.
Well, when you talk about the function of handwriting in a school day, typically, just a statistic, 30 students, maybe between kindergarten and second, spend 30 to 40% of their day writing. So it's very imperative that they learn how to correctly do it and are offered the tools to become proficient, whether it be in cursive or print, so that it actually can be a skill that they have to carry them through any other types of written tasks as the demands in their classroom become more difficult.
Despite computers, the cursive writing debate is not going away anytime in the near future.
Will there be a day when students go through K through 8 without learning how to handwrite? Perhaps, however, that day is probably many years in the future. Somewhere, John Hancock is smiling. Belal Bhuiyan, TBN.